it hurts if I let all the poison in. If I don't win.
Snapper! Good morning. Hey, question of the day, yesterday. I'm not expecting anyone. I don't know you, creepy man. I'm not picking up. As it turns out, it's Telstra to come fix their internet. I gotta let the guy up. I'm gonna postpone this mini lesson for another 30 minutes. Internet is good. Alright, so we're doing a mini lesson. Today it's question of the day, number 2. Here's the question. It's a bloody good one. Thank you, FX, for the question. Here it is. What is the most potent life domination advice in one word? It's a good question. I actually haven't thought about answering the question ever before until the question came through. This is my answer. Presence. There are a lot of spiritual teachers floating about with this idea of presence. Eckhart Tolle is one of them. He wrote the book The Power of Now. It's a good book. It's a good message. He's pretty switched on, I think. I just think that a lot of what they teach is very fucking airy-fairy. I think presence is the most important thing. And if you have one trait sorted in your life to dominate life, it's presence. But here's my definition of it. Here it is. Here's the bloody Cartesian plane. This is the past, this is the future, this is infatuation, this is resentment, this is presence. Very few people are present. Very few people spend their day in presence. They're thinking about the past, they have an emotional anchor to the past for something. Okay, so let's just say some fucked up thing happened to you. Fucked up thing, right? Some fucked up thing happened in your past that you haven't cleared and you're very resentful for it. Most of the people I do coaching with have something that happened in the past that they're resentful for that they have yet to clear. They're not clear with it, they haven't seen the benefit of it. And until they do, it'll run their life to a degree. And they'll bury it in their unconscious or their subconscious and they'll pretend like it's not affecting them. It's affecting them. Whatever you resent will run your life. Whatever you infatuate with will run your life. And you'll be oscillating between this infatuation and resentment because the mind's always balanced. The mind's always balanced and no one really understands that. So if your charge is here, if it's at this coordinate in time and it's in this coordinate in resentment, then whether you're consciously aware of it or not, your mind in its infinite wisdom will set up a fantasy, daydream, infatuation in the future to offset it. Let me give you an example. Do you guys have one of those friends, whether it's a guy or a girl, and they had the really traumatic breakup, bad relationship that they're resentful for in the past? Take a look at their current dating habits and see what they do in the present now. Because if they have a charge from the past, a resentment from the past, their mind will cast forward an infatuation to the future. Often the people with the biggest resentments of the past have the biggest infatuations for the future. They want the knight in shining armor. They think that they're going to find the perfect guy with the bloody, that's always supporting, always loving, always caring, always nurturing. The guy doesn't exist and nor should he, because that's not the way to grow. Having too much support's not good. But if that individual is still hanging on to that emotional anchor to the past, the resentment of the past, they'll have this massive fantasy for the future of how their boyfriend should be, and the guy will never be able to match it. And their whole relationship habits will oscillate to the degree that their emotional turmoil is oscillating. They'll break up, they'll get back together, they'll break up, they'll get back together. They're fucking crazy. If they're a little bit more of a dominant character, they'll go from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend, from boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend. They'll just keep churning through them until they get the message. The message is love and presence. Here's another example. Some people have a massive infatuation with the past. Perhaps the way they were brought up, they had a lot of love, attention, care, nurturing from their parents. If they don't balance that charge and realize all the drawbacks from that infatuation, because some people think that infatuation is positive, if they don't balance that, then the opposite will apply. In the future, they'll project a fear. They'll be fearful of the future. Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to have that support and love and care and attention again sometime in the future. And so because of this fear here, whoever they've subordinated to, whoever they've infatuated with, often a parent, they will do anything that the mum and dad say. I get it like 5-10 times a day. I'm going to go and do this college degree because mum or dad wants me to do it. I don't want to do it, but for whatever reason, I need to do it. It's because they're infatuated with their parents. And they're deathly afraid of losing that love, care, and attention. When we were babies, when we were toddlers, we needed that love, care, and attention to stay alive. It's a survival mechanism. But we're not fucking toddlers anymore. We don't need the love, care, and attention of our parents to stay alive. We're fine. You'll be right. You drop the fear, drop the infatuation. All of your uncleared resentments and nightmares of the past will project forward fantasies, daydreams, infatuations into the future in an attempt to get you back to presence and love. Same thing applies this way as well. Everything in the whole entire universe is trying to get you back to presence and love. Your power is in presence. Your success is in presence. The realization of your dreams is from being present and getting present with a goal. 99.999% of human beings will never achieve their goals. They'll never achieve their dream life because they're emotionally distracted by resentments and infatuation. And because of that, they give away all their power. They have no power to actually get on with life and dominate life. When you're living in the past, when you're living in the future, when you're judging, hating, or infatuating, you've got no power. You're completely emotionally distracted. You're operating like an animal. You're chasing prey, you're avoiding predator, you're living like an animal and you've got no power. Now, if you've ever heard someone really present, if you've sat alongside someone who is 100% present and heard them talk, it'll give you goosebumps. You can see the power. I'm very, 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 very fortunate to have a girlfriend like Robin. We travel the world and we do education. We learn shit. Some of the experiences that we've had, very fortunate. A couple times a week we get to have a really deep conversation where one of us is intensely present, and it's powerful. When you get to talk to someone in that state, that you get goosebumps. That your hairs on your arms stand on their end. There's something there, you can feel it. And when you're in that state, and you do your goal setting, and you set your intentions for how you want to live your life, you've got power. You have got a lot of power. Now, we talked about relationships, infatuation and resentments and past charges. The same thing applies for money, business, health, everything. I have a video on YouTube, it's called Mindset. If you want to look it up, you haven't seen it yet, just type into YouTube, Lewis Mocker Mindset. Give it a watch. In that video, I talk about wisdom, my definition of wisdom. I define wisdom in that video as the speed at which you can see the good and the bad and the bad and the good, and there's no infatuations or resentment. If you get your heart broken and you have to do a divorce or some shit, and it takes you 80 years to clear the resentment for the spouse, that's a low-level wisdom. You're not very wise. The quicker you can see the blessing in the disguise and have love and gratitude for everything that's happened in your whole entire life, the wiser you are. Instantaneous realization is enlightenment. When you have an infatuation in your mind and you get a resentment in your mind and you smash them together, you have a quantum collapse process that results in love. Love is the middle between infatuation and resentment. When you have a charge in the past and you have a charge in the future and you smash them together, you have a quantum collapse process that brings you back to presence. When you have both, you have love and presence. When you're in a state of love and presence, you have more power than you can possibly imagine. You can make people's hair stand up in the back of their neck just from speaking. So, to answer question of the day number 2, how to dominate life in one word. If I had the most potent word that I could possibly teach, it's presence. Was that too airy-fairy or what? Are we ready for that kind of shit, Snapper? Let me know if you enjoyed it. Ow. Robin and I are doing Foot Rub Thursday. Is it Thursday?
Wednesday.
Foot Rub. This will be like the 3rd time I've read this book now. I'm rereading it because I'm getting a lot of quotes from it. And I'm going to be using those quotes in the new Infinite Prosperity Financial Independence lesson. It's going to be a killer lesson. The lesson's going to be ridiculous.